Alright, and here's the kit. Not completely snap fitted, as you can see. I left the chest bits out, the actual chest armor. There's some details missing from the head. No shoulders, no side skirts yet, no backpack. But for the most part, this is a majority of the suit. So I can, I've got a pretty good feel for the things I need to do to this kit to, I guess, get it looking good. I really want to, I think, attempt, well, I don't really need seam removal here, but up here on the top, I'm gonna have to clean this up. So I'm thinking, I'll probably pull these off, prime them, then stick them back on, excuse me, and do my best to get rid of the seam lines here and keep this nice and even, before I give it a coat of paint. And another thing that's going to be weird is this bottom piece here for the lower, the lower stomach area. I'm going to probably have to mask that off beforehand and then go over and paint everything over top of that. So that's going to be interesting to do. Another area I'm going to have to tackle is going to be this face mask here. It doesn't really attach, I guess. So I bought this putty. So I might put a little bit of putty in here and try and sand it down, or maybe I'll actually, this seems like a safer idea, go in and sand down some of the pegs a little bit on the inside of this and on the inside of this, and make sure that everything's actually connecting properly, and then wait, I think I just solved the problem. Yep, no wait, maybe not. I don't know why this isn't fitting quite right. I don't remember it not fitting this closely. But, yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah, so I'm going to fiddle with that a little bit and try and get that gap gone. And see what I can do with that. But as far as like the upper armor and the legs and stuff like that, this all looks pretty good. I'm going to be gluing the inner piece in here. There's this little piece that connects these little arms to this outer piece, and that has a tendency of just doing whatever it wants. I got this one to stay in pretty good, but this one, it just does its own thing. So I'm gonna glue those in there just to be on the safe side. These are probably going to need to be, well, not these, but the insides of this area is probably going to need to be sanded down a little bit to avoid paint scratching and stuff like that. Or maybe I'll just use that to my advantage and try and put some wear on it using that. So we'll see what happens with that. The chest bits will be painted up and hopefully weathered nicely. But this is pretty much, I'm comfortable with this. So I'm going to try a little bit of seam removal on this. There's going to be some stuff here on the head too. Definitely going to be a pain trying to mask around the eyes and stuff like that when I get to painting. These are going to be fine. I'm going to go in here with some dark metallics probably. Still not sure about using the rivet things or using these. Ooh. We'll see. I actually haven't compared the sizes of them yet, and I guess I could do that on camera so we can find out together. So I've got a bunch here that I've cut out before. I can just go ahead and pop one of these out, and I can see that it is actually about the same size. So just go ahead and drill. I'll go ahead and drill these out. There's one on each of these front skirts, one on the back skirts, and then there's one on the inside of the legs. Yeah, I think that's it. They're too big to be Vulcans. I don't think that would look very good anyway. I think there might be some on the actual backpack. So there's a couple opportunities to use them, and I might actually, after I pop these in, I might actually go back and fill the backs of these with putty. Well, maybe, I don't know, because of this, I actually might not do that, because that might just make a mess of things, and then I have a metal rivet for no reason, and I'm gonna end up painting over it. So maybe I won't do that, but we'll see what happens. Excuse me. I'm gonna be painting the bottoms of the feet, so I'll probably completely disassemble the feet instead of just pulling the blue piece off and painting these two as one piece, and these two as one piece. I'll probably just completely disassemble them, and that way it'll be a little easier to mask them off and stuff like that, and get the right colors out. But yeah, other than that, it's going to be a pretty straightforward build, I think. It's not going to be too demanding. And this kit has been a lot of fun to snap together. I kind of took a couple breaks last night between, I was playing games with some friends and stuff like that, so I would break and build this, and then go play games, and then come back to this, and then go back to that. So I think I got a pretty good bit done. And when I was building him, he felt really small, and he still kind of feels a little small. I mean, you put him up next to the 1:144 Jesta, he's almost the same size. And then, like, if you look at him next to the blue frame, he doesn't look that small. He's a little shorter, but, well, actually they're about the same height. But yeah, just like, if you have him here by himself, he just looks kind of small for some reason. I can't quite figure that out. But yeah. So let's I guess. All right. So the other night, or well, last night rather, I've taken the weapons and I've put them together. I've put some cement and stuff on the seam lines on each gun, and I'm going to sand those down. These should be dry by now, so I'd be good to do this anytime I wanted. Another thing I did was I took a pin vise and I drilled out the holes in this gun. It's not the easiest thing in the world to see. There you go. But yeah, I drilled the holes out in each of these holes that was in the barrel of this gun, because they were just kind of little divots, and I didn't think they looked very, very good. So hopefully this will help kind of bring out a little more detail and make the weapon appear more realistic. I think this is going to be the weapon that I use when I actually like pose the model and stuff like that. As much as I like this thing, the look I'm going for, I feel like excuse me, I feel like the sci-fi look of this gun is kind of going to create more contrast than I want. So this is what I think I'm going to end up using. Yeah, so I'm probably going to two-tone this gun when I paint it. I haven't decided on colors yet. I might even add a third tone in and see if I can throw a little more detail in, I guess. But yeah, so once I remove the seam lines on this, I'm going to get it primed up, and we'll have a look at it that way. See what happens. I'm still going to paint this guy. I'm still going to take some pictures with it because, it's included. It would kind of be dumb not to. I just don't think I'm going to use it for like any final stuff. And another thing that just kind of recently kind of popped up into this build. It's kind of a bit of it wasn't really planned or anything like that, but a guy that excuse me, a guy that I follow on my blog, and I've been following on Reddit for a while now, since ever since I've been a member of the Reddit Gunpla community. Gundam Beginner has decided to hold a weathering contest, and I was kind of on the fence about what I wanted to do as far as I guess stepping up this kit. So I was kind of considering weathering, I guess that means that I'm going to be weathering this kit for his contest. And you can still enter, I think. I'm not sure when this video is going to go up. I think I might do one more little work in progress before I actually put it up. But I think his entry ends, you have until the 25th of May to enter. And his blog is, I'll put a link to his blog down below. And there's some pretty cool prizes. I think the first prize is a Master Grade Jesta. Second is a Destiny, an RG Destiny. And yeah, so you know, it's another contest, and I think I'm going to enter this one and see what I can do. But yeah, so yeah, that's where I'm at. So yeah, I think I'm going to do one more little work in progress shot before wrapping this thing up. I have to finish building the other weapons and the backpack, so that'll probably be what's next. See you in a sec. Alright, and all the weapons have been finished. The kit is mostly done. I've got the chest piece on here. I'd left these little pieces off. I haven't done the shoulders yet. The antenna's still missing. I'm just going to wait until it's time to paint for that. That way I don't break it or anything like that, because I will probably do that. But yeah, this is the Ez8, straight out of the box, no paint, no decals, none of that nonsense. I didn't put the backpack on, but it is built and it's attached to the weapon, I guess the weapon backpack or the transport, whatever you want to call it. It's a backpack. I've got to denub these two pieces still, and I still have to do a little bit of sanding. I've filled in this with the model cement. If anybody's curious what I'm using Tamiya's extra thin cement, and I just kind of go over the edges of each piece before I sandwich them together, and then once more around that edge after I've closed the piece together for a few minutes and given it time to bond, and then you can kind of see the line. So then I'm going to go in there with just a fine piece of sandpaper. I guess I can give like a little demonstration of what I'm doing. It's not a, you know, there's not a right or wrong way to do this. This is just how I'm going to do it. And you know, I think as long as you're not like using a power sander or something, you know, you're going to get the similar results. So this piece has been cemented together. It's had a little bit of time to dry, so you just take your sandpaper and just very lightly go along the edge here, and that's going to basically flatten down the glue, and it's gonna basically sand it level. So once you're comfortable with it, I'm gonna kind of run my finger over it a little bit and make sure that it feels alright, I guess. And I'm just gonna sand it until it feels or looks level, and then I'll go ahead and hit this with primer, and then that will actually tell me for sure if I have eliminated the seam line. And if I can see it, it's obviously not gone. If I can't, then I did a good job. So, you know, I'm going to hit this with this, and then I'm going to go over it with an 800 grit, and then finish it off with 1000. That way it's nice and smooth. And then, you know, I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up. Another thing I did, I went back and I redid these holes again, so they are much cleaner. I went in here and I cleaned this up. I scribed a panel line across the top of this gun where the line had stopped here originally, and I just felt it looked really awkward with the top of the gun just being flat, so I scribed a panel line here across this. And there was a weird panel line here where the handle was part of half of the gun, so I scribed a panel line all the way around that. And I just did that with my knife. I didn't use any tape or anything like that. I probably should have, but it came out pretty good despite that. So hopefully, you know, that'll look nice. I gotta sand the barrel again. When I was cleaning the middle of the barrel, I kind of split it a little bit, so I'm gonna have to. I have applied cement, so I just have to sand it down just one more time to make sure that it's nice and secure. I'm gonna be taking probably this apart here real soon, but I'm gonna do the weapons first. So the bazooka is all put together, and what's gonna be glued is glued, I should say. Excuse me. And this is ready for paint. So the plan here is to go ahead and hit these. Excuse me. Wow. Hit these with primer so I can see what they're gonna look like, and based on my results, I will either continue to sand and remove seam lines as needed until I get the result that I want, and then I'm going to go ahead and lay down my base paint, so you guys will see that with the next video. Excuse me. And then I think after I hit it with a gloss coat and apply any decals to the weapons that need to be applied, I'm going to gloss coat them and then probably hit them with a very light dry brushing to kind of weather them a little bit, and then hit them with a final flat coat and lock everything in the way that I need it to be. And then as for the kit itself, he's basically ready for action. So I think after I'm done with the weapons, I'm going to start separating everything by color so I can get that all ready to go, and I'm gonna do my best to remove the seam lines, like on the knee joints here. They're not too bad, but I think I might kind of chip this up a little bit around the leg guards, the knees, the front and back skirts a little bit, just wherever I think that he would, just incur regular wear, especially around here, where this is like a maintenance hatch. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of banging up on that, and then you guys can kind of see what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to do my best to kind of document some of this, and maybe if I can get some spare time, I will videotape some of it so you guys can actually see how I'm doing this stuff, if you're interested. And then I can begin the actual painting process of the kit. And the reason I'm doing the weapons first is I kind of find myself building the kit first, and then I kind of rush the weapons sometimes. So I figure this time, if I go ahead and knock the weapons out, I'll have more time to actually focus on the kit, which is what really matters to me. And I can just get everything done of similar or the same quality all the way around, instead of kind of botching some stuff and half-heartedly doing other pieces. So yeah, so guys, stay tuned, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys with the next video. Thanks. Alright, and because getting this video up has taken me a little longer than I had expected, I'm going to add one more part to this whole process. I guess I'm going to unveil some of the painted weapons. I did these, I guess technically this morning when I got off work. So I wanted to get some masking on these done, and yeah, the weapons are basically fully painted now. I still have to paint like cameras and stuff like that, but here's the one of the barrels to the bazooka. These pieces weren't really, I didn't really mask any of this stuff off, but it's done in a metallic, a dark metallic color. I'm gonna have to mask the where is it at? The front of this off and paint the camera. I removed the seam lines the best I could. Some of these were not as kind as others, I guess you could say. Excuse me. So obviously some were much more forgiving, and fortunately there weren't too many that needed to be removed anyway. So and mold lines weren't too bad, so that wasn't much of an issue. Let's see if I can get this open without breaking it. There we go. And there we go. I painted these in aluminum, and the back is done in the same dark metallic. The magazine for the rocket launcher or bazooka, whatever it's called. Oh. There's a little vent for the back, and the inside is done in aluminum. And the last piece I have to show off for now, because I still have to paint the rest of the one gun, but this is going to be the one that I use the most anyway. I don't think I'll use the other one outside of posing it with a couple, or posing with it in a couple of pictures. Like I said before, I don't really care for the look of the like the laser gun. I don't think it'll look as good on a ground type mobile suit. I think this gun brings a little more to the table anyway. So there we go. The barrel and some other details were done in aluminum, and then I went over and masked those off, and I painted it that dark metallic color. I believe this is steel by Alclad 2, and very happy with the results there. Then I'm going to go ahead and plug this little thing here into the barrel. Then I could actually go as far as the plug the rest of this stuff in. You guys can see what the whole thing's going to look like when it's all done. There we go. And then I have to build the ammo casing for it still, but yeah. So that's what that's going to look like. This is ready for gloss coat. These are all ready for gloss coat, and I can get any panel lining done on them that needs to be done, and then I can do any weathering I want to do and flat coat and call this weapon part done. I guess I can show off what I have of the other gun. You know, this is what's going to be masked off, and the rest of this is going to be painted a dark gray, and then I'm going to pre-shade in some white, or not white, but a lighter gray, like a much lighter gray, and it's going to be very close to the color that is going to be on the suit. So yeah, and then I'm going to mask these off and do the cameras, but other than that, these are done. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.